Sabbath rest. This week's study expands on the previous lesson and looks at what the Sabbath means for our relationship with God and with each other.
Interesting. Sabbath rest. It's like repeating twice rest, rest, because Shabbat means rest. And no, it's not a tautology, if you might be thinking that. It is a kind of rest like we haven't covered so far in our quarterly. But what kind of rest is the Shabbat? Let me start by saying this. It is a relational rest. My relation to people, as Nick said, and my relation to God.
Right. Sometimes our discussions go around things like this was for the Jews only. It was changed to Sunday. The day doesn't matter. And it's obviously not about the day, it's about what it means, who stands behind it, what authority, etc. And then it makes much more sense why it's important and what difference it makes. So let's start with what it means in my relationship with God.
We already spoke in the past about the redemption and the liberation that we receive only through Christ. However, somehow this redemption and liberation, they best materialize in the Sabbath experience. What I mean is that this is the best time and space to experience those gifts from God. Accepting this invitation for Sabbath experience is claiming relationship with God that is alive and dynamic. It speaks in itself as a testimony to the society around us. Who is our God and what is He doing for us? Eventually, the Sabbath becomes our sign of partnership between me and Christ. It's personal, it's intimate, and at the same time, it's very public. Think about it. It's just by us showing up for a pre-booked meeting with Him. But it means so much for God and for us.
It means that we recognize Him as our Creator. It means that we recognize Him as our Redeemer. It testifies that we belong to Him. He established this from the beginning exactly to symbolize and represent this relationship. And when we realize that and let it sink in our lives, it also starts affecting our relationship with each other.
Mm. There's no way that the Sabbath was meant for us to spend alone, on our own, by ourselves. Just the opposite, I would say. It was meant to be a time of holy convocation, the Bible says. It, in today's terms, means special gathering, meeting, and congregating. So, a sort of us turning our attention toward the people around us, forgetting about ourselves, turning toward those who are close to us and those who are further away from us in our sphere of life. More so, Exodus 23:12, verse 12, points out that we are in fact responsible for those who are under our influence, our children, our servants, the strangers under our roof, and even the animals in the barn. That all of them, they also receive the same rest like us. Why? Because we are all created by the same Creator, initiated in the same original week of creation. What a unity of origin shines from the Sabbath rest. And also, what a spirit of looking after each other flows from God's intention to stop our busy life.
The Sabbath is a sign that God sanctifies us. The Sabbath was created for man, for us. Some can see it as a burden and limitation, but ultimately, it's a testimony of a relationship with God and people, independence and trust that produce rest in a special way that only God can provide. Next week, we will continue with longing for more.